I'm a lit kid B.
Today's episode is brought to you by the International Space Station's janitorial services.
Welcome to Variety Meets, a podcast made for all and listened to by none, except my parents. I'm Josh.
And I'm Lucas. Big shout out to the Himalayan Exchange located on Pass Road. Visit them for all your crystal and spiritual needs. You guys rock. And thank you for your support.
Also, shout out to Jonah, our social media presence. He is like the Freddy to our Carly. On today's episode, we'll be talking about a wide variety of things, like how well our first podcast did, our results from an online test Craig told us to take, and our least and most favorite holidays. So make sure to stay tuned.
So Josh, how about our first podcast that we made?
It was amazing. I'm really happy with how we did. We have 74 streams, and that's 72 streams more than I thought that our podcast would have. I thought maybe us once and my mom, but I'm really happy with how it's turned out, and I'm glad that a lot of people are enjoying it. We've gotten a lot of good things, a lot of good comments and results from it, and I'm really, really happy with it.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. We're available on 6 platforms now. I'm not gonna read them all out, but a few big ones are like we're available on Spotify. We're available on Pocket Cast. I know that's a big one. Google Podcast, and soon we're gonna be available on Apple Podcasts.
Yeah.
So that'll be nice, and hopefully we can get some more streams because we get streams, but we also get money from it.
Yeah, and once we get enough money, we can drop out of school and pursue what we love.
Those 74 streams, Josh, came from a variety of different places. We got streams from 3 different countries. We got one. So 97% of our streams came from the United States, 1% came from Australia, and 1% came from Portugal, which I think is very, very cool.
How is it 97%? That only adds up to 99.
Something got lost in translation.
How's it 99%? What happened to our last 1%?
I clicked on the thing. So we have 100% of listeners from Earth and 0% from the rest of the solar system.
So that answers our question from last episode. Do aliens exist? So no. You don't exist if you don't listen to our podcast.
Dude, shout out to whoever listened from North Carolina.
Oh, that's the baby for sure.
Dude, it has to be the baby.
It's the baby because that's the only person from Charlotte, North Carolina. I mean, shout out North Carolina, shout out the baby, but it has to be the baby.
Actually, Josh, did you know that on our new website that we have, the baby actually left us a brand new review, and I suggest that everyone go over there and check it out.
Yeah, our website is varietymeets.wordpress.com. Go ahead, and there's a section on there where if you want to get in contact with us, tell us tips, pointers, donate to us, or anything, it's attached to our email. So you just type in your name, you type in what you want to do, and it sends us your message.
That about sums it up for that, doesn't it, Joshua?
So
Let's go
ahead and get into our next topic.
Joshua and I both took an online test. We were very, vague about it in the beginning, but to be more specific about it now, it was a 10-question test that matched our personality traits with it was without of an animal. And Josh and I were both surprised at our results. I need to pull mine up real quick. I thought I had mine, but I lost them. But Joshua, go ahead and tell them what you got while I pull my results up.
Okay. I got a bison, which is really cool because I've always liked bison. I think they're really, really cool looking because they have this weird face and this real big back and like real standoffish look to them. But on this test, I was like a little confused on how I got it because I feel like I'm not like a bison, but I'm a lot more like a bison than I thought. Bisons are practicable and dependable. They're smarter than they look. Their personalities aren't overburdened by beauty because they're very plain, and no one accused a bison of being handsome, just regular. And I agree with that. there's a lot of hobbies and jobs that are associated with the personality traits of a bison, like accountants, politician, lawyer, bank manager, regular manager, judge. But what really stuck out to me was the hobbies, long walks, chess and golf, and I really like those things. It's really nice to see that I guess I'm a bison on the inside. That's my spirit animal.
Hey Josh, what did the buffalo say to his son when he left for college?
I don't know, Lucas, what did he say?
Yo mama. Just kidding. He said bye son.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Thank
But
you.
why don't you go ahead? Did you get your results pulled up? You go right ahead and
Yeah,
tell
I
them
sure did.
what you got.
So I got a sable. And for those of you who don't know what a sable is, I cannot really describe it for you because I have a picture in front of me, but I really can't put it into words. It's like kind of like a big deer looking horse thing, and it has these zebra horns on his head, and it has big pointy ears, and it's black and white. The characteristics of a sable is it's protective, it's eloquent, it's charming, and it says that it's also snooty and judgmental. I personally do not think that I possess those qualities, but if the website says I do, then I guess I do.
Yeah.
Let's see here. The careers and hobbies attributed to the Sable, we have financer, stockbroker, manager, CEO, jobs that I will never ever be. And then for the hobbies, we have fast cars, team sports, fine art, and music. And I would say that I only like half those things. Like, I enjoy fine art and I enjoy music. Team sports, I don't know if that means playing on a team or actively watching a team. I enjoy actively watching teams, but I definitely do not enjoy being on teams. I'm a solo man. There is no I in team, but there is an I in win. Am I right?
You're right. You're right about that.
Also, for those of you guys who are curious, Joshua and I, there is a feature on this website. Shout out to Animal and You, that shows the animal friendship compatibility. And Joshua, as a bison, me as a sable, our friendship compatibility is 75%, which is outrageously too high.
Well, saying that me and Lucas have been friends for too long for me to count on my hands, maybe with toes, but it seems that we are pretty compatible as friends, which is kind of good because we're doing a podcast together.
And hopefully we continue to.
Oh, I'd love to continue.
We can get the house in California one day, Joshua.
Yeah, we're gonna once our podcast gets big, we're moving to California. We're buying a bison. We're buying a sable. We're gonna make them be best friends. They're gonna chill together. They're gonna do everything together. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna be us, but animals.
So it's definitely not legal to own a bison or a sable.
We will rent from a petting zoo.
So I don't think any petting zoos have bisons or sables.
We'll find one.
Yeah, I'm sure. It's California.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you agree or do you disagree with the results that you were given?
I think I mean, whenever I first took the test, I did not think that I was gonna get a bison. I was thinking more of like a bat or a monkey or a beaver or something, like something small, something cool. But I
Dude, I
mean,
thought you.
reading through the bison, I'm like, these are actually really cool animals. And reading through, there's on this website, it tells you a bunch of different things. It's a lot of cool information about bisons and this, that, and the other. And reading through it before the show, I think that I agree with my animal. I agree with that. I am a bison.
Well, good. I kind of feel the same way. I honestly didn't know. Like, I always thought that I was like a moose, or I thought I was like a little monkey that do its own things.
Monkey
Sorry.
that threw its own poop.
Yeah. Monkey do its own poop. But no, I was a sable, dude. And it says sables are super sleek, and dude, I have to agree with it. I have to agree with it.
Yeah, you're a cool dude. I gotta.
Well, how are we gonna get stickers made, Josh, of a bison that has your features and a sable that has my features?
And also, you can go online to animalandyou.com and take your test and send it to us on our Instagram at Variety Meets Podcast or on our website. You can go onto our website, leave your name and your email, and type your message, and it say what you are, and we can respond to you. And well, we'd love to see what y'all are.
Yes, absolutely do that.
And so now that we got our animals figured out, And now it's my new favorite animal. I don't know about you, but you want to talk about our favorite and least favorite holidays?
Yes, I do. I'll start with my favorite holiday. My favorite holiday is Christmas, and that's an obvious. For those of you who know that I'm a Christmas fanatic. I have this sweater that I've owned since like my like eighth to ninth grade year of high school, and I've worn it, and I still have it. I wear it every winter. I love the food during Christmas. I love receiving gifts. I love giving gifts. I love the snow and the cold weather. It's just everything about Christmas is just so wonderful. But on the other hand, we have Thanksgiving, which is a holiday that is very close to Christmas, and many people associate it Christmas and Thanksgiving. And I personally don't think that's a good thing to do. I don't like Thanksgiving. I don't like anything about it. I think that Thanksgiving is just. So I understand that it's about coming together and companionship and unity, but I don't necessarily like it all the time, and I don't like being forced to sit through a dinner with family or doing things like that. What about you, Josh?
My favorite holiday is Mardi Gras. Ever since I was a kid, I've loved everything that has to do with Mardi Gras. The king cake, the parades, the music of New Orleans, crawfish. It's one of my favorite foods. If I could, I'd eat it all the time, but sometimes it's not as good during winter. But I thoroughly enjoy it. I think it's one of the best holidays. Christmas would be a close second, but I think it's one of the best holidays, and it for sure could be the only holiday. But my least favorite, St. Patrick's Day. I don't understand why it's a thing, where it came from. I get it. It's the death of St. Patrick. Who is that? They have lame parades. The pinching. That's just rude. It hurts. It used to happen to me all the time when I was a kid. I never liked it. I mean, it's just all around. It's not so good of a holiday. I think if I was a little bit older and I could go drink, because that's all I see people doing for St. Pat's Day, because it's Irish, it's beer. I feel like I'd have a little bit more fun, but
No disrespect to the Irish out there listening.
yeah, no disrespect to Ireland or St. Pat itself, just St. Patrick's Day, the parades and the holiday itself. Not the
Yeah,
meaning behind it, but the holiday.
I hate to admit it. There's a Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade, but there's no Macy's St. Patrick's Day parade.
Exactly. It's irrelevant. Now that we got our favorite and least favorite holidays out of the way, let's get into your favorite or least favorite segment, our new segment, Random Question Corner, where me and Lucas ask each other 3 to 5 questions and see how we feel about them.
All right, Joshua, do you want to begin, or would you like me to begin?
You can go first.
All right. So, if you could close any fast food chain due to disgusting food, who would you pick? Church's Chicken, huh?
Yeah, Church's Chicken. No disrespect to Church's Chicken, because I might be really good. I just haven't eaten there, but that's what I would have to choose. But okay, Lucas, if you had 3 wishes, what would you wish for?
Well, okay. So I've thought about this question before. I've been asked this question a lot. My first wish, it would be every time I put my hand in my pocket, I'd have a hot dog and a bun waiting there for me. I don't know if
That's
you
a
knew this about me.
that's a
Oh,
good
go ahead.
wish.
I don't know if you knew this about me, but I'm a big chili dog fanatic, and sometimes I even like putting cheese on it. But if I could just pull a hot dog out, they're much easier to eat than hamburgers, and you can just take little bites out of them like all the time. I'd never be hungry. It'd just be fantastic. My second wish, I would wish for world peace. I know that's a very drastic change, but I assume it's obtainable if I have a genie. Unless
Yeah,
he
and
explicitly states some rules, or I have to follow a certain outline for wishing, then I wish for world peace. And for my third one, I would wish for a lifetime supply of bubble gum. I'm a big fan of bubble gum. I eat a lot of gum. I swallow a lot of gum. Shout out to my gastroenterologist. I'm sorry you have to put up with that. Yeah.
that's hilarious. That was wonderful. I really hope that makes it to the final cut.
So I'm gonna go ahead and ask you this one. How many chickens do you think it would take to successfully fight a lion?
Regular egg-laying chickens, right?
Regular egg-laying chickens, yes.
I would say at least 1,000.
1,000 chickens?
1,000 chickens.
So I've done a little research and chickens are not that hostile. But I think, honestly, my personal opinion, I think it would take max 500 chickens because I feel like 500 chickens could conform into the size of 3 or 4 lions together, if not more than that, which I think would overpower the lion.
Well, you have to think they just have a beak, and their beaks aren't
Dude,
that sharp, so they'd just be poking the lion with their beak and making the lion angry. The lion would take his big old lion arm and just knock out about 20 of them in one fell swoop. That's wonderful. I love that. Shout out to Lucas's gastroenterologist.
there's no way that a lion would take out 20 chickens in one swoop.
Have you ever seen it?
No, but we're going to do some scientific research on that. How many chickens can a lion take out with one swoop?
Probably not 20, to be honest with you, but I feel like the lion would be able to get through 'em. Maybe not 1,000, but that's what I'm gonna say for the podcast. It's 1,000. Finally.
I very much understand. I respect it. I respect it.
If you could be one food, and you'd have to be this food for the entirety of your life, the rest of your days on this earth, what food would you be?
I'm going to need one moment. Bubble gum.
Bubblegum?
It's technically a food. I treat it as a food. I swallow it. I eat it. It's a food.
You know what? I'll give you that. That would be. But what type of gum? Because there's a bunch of different types of bubble gum.
I would either be the 300 pack from the 300 pack $10 one from Office Depot, or just one simple roll of, what is it called? Hubba
Bubba?
Bubba?
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
that's a good question.
Good question or good answer?
That's a good answer. Okay,
Well, you're a
Lucas.
good answer. What is one superpower that you wish you had?
Because I feel like if I could stop time, I said it in the first episode, that if the time was frozen, I would steal all that gold and replace it with copper bricks and stuff. But I wouldn't do that if that was my superpower all the time. I would freeze time and like do better with the world. Like say that there was a burning building, I would freeze time, run in, grab the people out of the burning building, and take them out. Or if there was say there was traffic on the interstate or something, I would freeze time, drive my car around the traffic, and then continue my drive.
That sounds like an abuse of power.
It may be an abuse of power, the second one, but the first one is not. So it levels out.
Yeah. I respect it, Joshua.
Thank you. Are you a saver or a spender?
I think I am, for the most part, a spender.
As
Uh,
most people our age are.
Yeah, it's hard. So I live at home. I don't have any bills to pay, really, except for like my car. And I spend a lot of money on fast food, which is why, like, I go to the gym every day, but I still spend money on fast food and eat it, which is why I still have these big old goofy love handles. And I'm about to cry right now, so let's change the subject, please.
Alrighty.
Hi, Joshua. I have one more for you.
Alrighty, what is it? Lay it on me.
Seen any Updog around lately?
Up dog. I've never heard of up dog. What's up dog?
Not the much, dog. What's up with you?
What an ending. What a great question to finish our second episode of our podcast.
I'm very glad. Also, very random, but shout out to Joshua for his new mic. I'm sure you guys have heard the awesome quality that this man has brought us. Shout out to him.
Not so much shout out to me, shout out to my mom and stepdad for giving me the money to pay for this new mic. Shout out Huncho, shout out Mama. Love y'all, both of you. And
Our greatest supporters.
our greatest supporters. Thank you so much.
Sounds really nice.
Thank you. Okay. I just want to thank everyone who has tuned in to listen to our podcast. I really appreciate, me and Lucas both really appreciate all of the people who have listened, whether it's family members, whether it's friends, whether it's random people. I just want to say thank you, and I'll let Lucas say thank you as well.
Yes, thank you guys. We've gotten so much support, way more support than we'd ever thought we'd get. So shout out to y'all.
Yeah, shout out to everyone listening right now. Shout out to everyone. Give yourselves a pat on the back because you're making us very happy, and we very much appreciate y'all. But if you want, check us out. We're available on a bunch of different platforms. The main three are right now Spotify, Google Podcast, and Pocket Casts. And we're about to be on Apple Podcasts, but go check us out there. Our Instagram is at Variety Meets Podcast. Twitter is Variety Meets. And our website is varietymeets.wordpress.com. And where we have a YouTube set up where we put all of our podcasts as well. So if you don't have any of those, you can go to our YouTube. It's Variety Meets Podcast.
That
Look at
about
some-
sums it up, Joshua.
Yeah, it does. Thank you
Shout out
again.
yes, thank y'all.